Hello kids, welcome to ICSE Chemistry Hub. Today we will be discussing about periodic table chapter, but this time we will be dealing with the ICSE 2026 specimen paper and the last previous 10 years question paper regarding periodic table chapter. So today we will be doing only part 1. There are more parts to be followed, so please do share, like and do subscribe our channel without fail. Without any delay, let's start with part 1 of our specimen paper. The first question for periodic table is, which element amongst this has the largest atomic radius? And the options given are aluminium, sulfur, magnesium and sodium. Okay, so we should know minimum the first 20 elements of the periodic table. We are dealing with the third period. So which are the elements of the third period, children? We have sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, and we have argon. Okay, so sodium is asked here, magnesium is asked here, then we have aluminium that is asked, and then we have sulfur. Now we know the trends you should know, children. Left to right, that means across a period, the atomic size decreases. Okay, that means when we move across a period, when we move from left to right, the atomic radius will decrease or the atomic size decreases. So which amongst this has the largest atomic radius? The answer will be sodium. Next question. Identify the following. So here the definition is given to you. You have to identify what term it is. Okay. The energy required. Okay. That means the energy that you are putting in to remove an electron from a neutral. You are trying to remove an electron from a neutral gaseous atom. Okay. This is the definition for ionization potential. Okay. Or we also call it as IE. Okay, do not write the short form, children. Write both. Okay, write the term ionization potential and then you have to write in bracket it as IE. Okay, this is the correct way of writing. If you have any doubt in these questions, you can quickly go back to the videos. I have put some 6 to 7 videos of periodic table trends. Please go through all of them, so that you have a better understanding of the questions that are being asked here. And also do try to solve the questions on your own, because these are the questions that are taken from the previous year board papers. Okay. Moving on, complete the following by choosing the correct answer from the bracket. Okay. Now, as you know, nowadays competency based questions are asked for grade 10. So these are the type of questions that will be having more of focus or more marks will be given to this. Okay. So the question here is as follows. Electron affinity of element X is greater than that of element Y. Okay. So we know left to right electron affinity increases. So now look at the question. Electron affinity of X is greater than that of element Y. So they are saying X has a bigger electron affinity or electron attraction as compared to element Y. Okay. Reducing agents, Mr. and non-metals are very, very good oxidizing agent. Okay. So depending on this, if they are saying X is greater, okay, electron attraction of X is greater, that means it is more of a non-metal. Yes or no? Like meanwhile only we know that when we move from left to right, they are becoming more and more non-metallic. Okay. So the oxidizing power, who will be more oxidizing agent, children? It will be non-metals. So here the answer will be more. Am I clear? So oxidizing power of X will be more as compared to that of element Y. Okay. This is a very, very important question. Questions like this will be coming for your board exams. Okay, next question. Electron affinity. Now, I had given you another word for electron affinity, electron attraction. Okay, of element X is greater than that of element Y. Okay, so they are saying We know electron affinity from left to right, it increases. Yes or no? And they are saying element X is greater than that of element Y. So element X should come here. Element Y should come here. Okay, this is very similar to this question. It is more non-metallic. It's more of a non-metallic element. So, of course, the oxidizing power would be more. What is the answer you have to write here, children? X has more oxidizing power. Okay, because it is more non-metallic as compared to element Y. Okay, so X is here and Y is here. Here, now the next question is, how is the electronegativity of X? Electronegative. Who gets a negative sign, children? Electronegativity. The more we know metals have a positive sign and more non-metallic element will have a negative sign. So who will be more negative? How is the electronegativity of X likely to be as compared to that of Y? Again, electronegativity of X will be more. X will be more electronegative as compared to that of Y. Clear? Next one. State whether X will be placed to the left or right of the Y in the periodic table. As you can see in the diagram, we have placed X to the right of the periodic table. So X, what is the answer, children? As you can very clearly see here, X is placed to the right. So X is placed right as compared to Y. Next question. So the question here is L, M and N are three elements with atomic number 13, 7 and 10. As soon as you get the question, children, L is 13. What will be the electronic configuration? 2, 8, 3. M is 7, 2, 5. N is 10. It has to be 2, 8. So as soon as you get the question in your rough work, please write the atomic number here. Okay. Now, very, very important in your board exam, children, never identify the element. Okay. For example, instead of L, never write it as aluminium. Your answer will be wrong. Okay. Instead of M, never write the answer as nitrogen. Okay. You will get it as wrong. If they have given it as L, M and N, A, B, C, D, follow the same order. Never try to identify the element in your board exam. Okay. Which element can combine with hydrogen? Okay. So 13 is 283. M is 7, that is 25. N is 10 to 8. Okay. Which element can combine with hydrogen to form a gas which produces dense white fumes with HCl? We know HCl, with what element can it combine to form dense white fumes? Dense white fumes is because of which compound? Dense white fumes is because of a compound called as ammonium chloride. So we know which element can combine with hydrogen, children. We know it is nitrogen. So if we go by crisscross method, if hydrogen has to get a 3, which element it has to be? It has to be 7. Okay, only then will it get a valency of 6, 7, 8 minus 3. So what will be the answer here, children? It will be M-7. This is how you have to write your answer in the board exam. So which element can combine with hydrogen, children? The element that can combine with hydrogen here is nitrogen. Okay, any element which has got a minus 3 valency. So here the answer will be M-7. Which element has 0 electron affinity, which will not have any attraction towards the electron? Of course, it has to be a noble gas. So the answer will be N and it has to be 10. Do not write the answer as neon. Okay, write it as N-10. How do we know? It has got 8 electrons. It has completed its octet. So this is the element that has got 0 electron attraction. Okay, can form an ionic compound. Now, ionic compound with oxygen. Whenever I say ionic compound, the combination has to be a metal and a non-metal. Non-metal is already mentioned that it is oxygen. So which element can form? It has to be a metal. So that is L13, 2, 8, 3. Okay, whichever has 3 electrons in its outermost shell is a metal. So what is the answer here? Non-metal can only combine with a metal. So it is L13. That is an electronic configuration of 283. Choose the correct answer to the question given. An element in period 3 whose electron affinity is 0. Electron affinity, what was the word I had asked you to remember, children? It was electron attraction. Okay, if you have any confusion, children, I'm again telling you, please go back to my videos because I have explained each and every periodic trend in detail. Okay, so you can refer it there and here you can come and solve the questions again. Okay, so the only question now here is, which is the noble gas which is there in period 3? In period 1, you have helium. In period 2, you have neon. In period 3, it is argon. So, which is the noble gas in period 3, children? You just have to search for argon as the answer. Okay, it has completed its octet. Next one. An element with the largest atomic radius is carbon, nitrogen. So carbon is there, nitrogen is there, beryllium is given, and then you have lithium. So these are all the elements of period 2. Okay, just by looking at the elements, you should be able to identify them. Okay, so period 2 they are talking about. Let's form the elements. Period 2, it is lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. Okay, which are the elements given? You have nitrogen here, you have carbon here, you have lithium here, you have beryllium here. Okay, now which atomic trend is being asked? They are asking largest atomic radius. Left to right, atomic radius decreases. So which amongst this has the largest atomic radius? It will be lithium. Amongst the given elements, lithium has the largest atomic radius. Okay, next question. Arrange the elements as per the instructions. Now this is a must, very much asked important question in your board exam. Please remember, never use greater than or less than sign. Okay, greater than and less than sign you're not supposed to use. Separate the elements. Use only comma to separate the elements. Am I clear? You might get confused between the greater than and the lesser than sign. So never use these signs. Separate the elements only using a comma. Okay. Nitrogen, beryllium, oxygen, carbon. Okay. As per how are you being asked to arrange? Increasing order of non-metallic character. Okay. So these are the elements of period 2. Okay. So first write the elements: lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. Okay. So which are the elements that are being asked here, children? Nitrogen is asked, beryllium has been asked, oxygen has been asked, and you have carbon. Okay, now look at the trend, children. Non-metallic character. We know this is a metal, lithium is a metal, beryllium is a metal. As you move across a period from left to right, they are becoming non-metals. Yes or no? You have to arrange the element in an increasing order of non-metallic. Okay, so lowest should be placed first. What's the meaning of the word increasing? Lowest should be placed first, followed by the highest non-metallic element. What will be the answer here, children? Beryllium is the least non-metallic element, followed by carbon. Can you see? I'm just separating the elements with a comma. Then nitrogen, oxygen. So I have arranged the elements in the increasing order of non-metallic character. Next one. You have phosphorus, you have silicon, you have fluorine, you have beryllium again. Again, this belongs to second period. Just write it down. Lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. Okay, you have been also asked elements of period 3. So we'll also write them: sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine. Clear? So which are the elements given here, children? You have phosphorus given here, you have silicon given here, you have fluorine given here, and you have beryllium given here. Okay, so both the periods have been asked, period 2 as well as period 3. Okay, so which trend has been asked here? Decreasing order of valence electrons. Okay, we know the group number. This belongs to group 1 valence electron. This belongs to group 2. This belongs to group 3, group 4, group 5, group 6 and group 7. Am I clear? So the group number, please listen here. The group number will give you the number of valence electrons. Okay. So fluorine belongs to group 7, followed by sulfur, 6 valence electron, followed by phosphorus, 5 valence electron, silicon, 4 valence electrons because it belongs to group 4, beryllium because it has 2 valence electron, and the last one will be, okay, this will be the last one, fluorine, 7 valence electrons, sulfur, you have 6 valence electrons, phosphorus has 5, silicon has 4 valence electron, and beryllium has only 2 valence electrons. In the periodic table, elements of period 3 are arranged in increasing order of ionization potential. We know period is left to right, and left to right ionization potential increases. Yes or no? Left to right, we should know that the ionization potential increases. Which are the elements of period 3, children? Sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, and then argon. Okay. So from this, which will be the increasing order? Which are the elements given, children? It will be magnesium, silicon. Yes, we have silicon, we have sulfur, we have argon. Okay, so the correct option will be B. Okay, argon, this cannot come first. Boron does not belong to period 3. Silicon cannot come here. So the correct order will be magnesium, silicon, sulfur and argon. So the correct option here is B. Clear? Next question, children. Element A and B has an atomic number of 8 and 30. So if atomic number of A is 8, it will be 2, 6, 13 will be 2, 8, 3. Okay. So all the elements in the periodic table want to complete their octet. So if A is a non-metal, how do we know? It has 6 electrons. If it has to complete its octet, it has to accept. So minus how many more? 7, 8. Okay. Now B is a metal. It has how many electrons? 3 electrons. If it wants to complete its octet, it can never accept. It has to give plus 3. Can you see here, children? I have written B first and only then A. Always remember, whenever you are writing a compound, whenever you are writing a formula, always make sure you write the metal first. Okay? Metal has to be written first, followed by the non-metal. So we will do a crisscross method here. What will be the formula? It will be B2A3. So where is this option, children? It will be option D. The correct formula will be B2A3. Alkali earth metals have the same. Alkali earth metals belong to group 1 is alkali metals. Group 2 is alkali earth metals. Okay. So they are asking in group 2, they have the same. Okay. Please remember, group number will give you the number of valence electrons. Okay. The outermost electrons will remain the same. So this is A is the correct answer. Alkali earth metals, because they belong to group 2, all the elements will have 2 valence electrons in their outermost shell. Okay, so they will have the same number of outermost electrons. Next one. If an element has low ionization potential, if it has a low ionization energy, that means with less amount of energy, I am able to remove an electron. So who is ready to give away the electron with very, very less energy? It has to be definitely be a metal. This is a very, very important question, children. If an element is able to give away, if we are able to remove who is ready to give away an electron? It is always a metal. So with very, very less energy, if I am able to remove an electron, the answer is metal. Okay, next one. In period 3 of the periodic table, an element B. So they are talking about which period? They are talking about period 3. The third period they are talking about. They are telling an element B is placed to the left of the element A. So I have placed B to the left of the element A. My A is here. I have placed it to B. Element B would have a lower or higher metallic character. We know as we move from left to right, the metallic character will decrease. It becomes more of non-metallic character. Yes or no? Okay, so element B will be highly metallic, would have a higher metallic character as compared to A. Okay, next one. Again, B and A, place it like this. Element A, they are talking about element A, would probably have a, we know left to right about electron affinity. Left to right electron affinity increases. Okay, EA, inner period from left to right increases. So A will have a higher electron affinity as compared to B. Next one. Again, B and A, place it like this. Element A, they are talking about, asking about element A, would have a left to right atomic size decreases. When we move from left to right, atomic size will decrease. So A will have a, the answer here will be smaller atomic size than B. These are what are called as competency based questions. Next question. Element with atomic number 19. If the atomic number is 19, the electronic configuration will be 2881. Okay, do not identify the element. 2881. Is it a metal or a non-metal, children? It is a metal. How did you tell it's a metal? Because all metals have either 1, 2 or 3 electrons in their outermost shell. So this is definitely a metal. What will it do? It will always, if it has 1, 2 or 3 electron, it will lose electrons. Okay. So these two options, A and B, is definitely wrong. Okay. If it is 2881, 1, 2 and 3 electrons, they will always lose electron. Now what is loss of electrons called as? It is called as oxidation. So what will be the correct answer? Element with an atomic number 19 will always lose an electron, and we know loss of electron is called as oxidation. So the correct answer is it will lose an electron and it will undergo the process of oxidation. Okay, so metals undergo the process of oxidation, but they are very, very, it's opposite. They are very, very good reducing agents. Clear? Next one. The element with the highest ionization potential is. Okay, so whenever you go for these kind of questions, you have to remember this. The element with the highest ionization potential will be, okay, helium. Okay, it is hydrogen is here, helium is here. We know ionization potential from left to right increases. It's a noble gas. If you have to remove an electron, ionization, you have to provide the highest amount of energy. Next one. The electronic configuration of 6 atoms, A to F, is given below. Which 2 elements belong to the same group of the periodic table? Same group means they should have the same number of valence electrons. Okay, so which has the same number of valence electrons? 2, 5, 2, 2, 6. It will be C and D. Can you see here? C has 2, 6. D has 2, 8, 6. So the answer here will be C and D. Please remember, if they are in the same group, it is directly proportional to the same number of valence electrons. They have the same number of valence electrons. Next one. 2 noble gases. Anything that has completed its duplet and octet. B has completed its duplet. E has completed its octet. So what is the correct answer? It will be B and E. That is option 3. The atom which is the most electronegative. What is the meaning of the word negative? Most non-metallic element. Okay. So the most non-metallic element here will be, this is a metal. This can be a non-metal. Okay. But it is not that electronegative. It has to be C. Am I clear? What is the correct answer, children? It is C. Okay. This has 5. It is non-metallic, but it is not that great a non-metal as compared to this. Clear? So 2, 6 is the most non-metallic element. Next one. The atom which has the highest ionization potential, which will require the highest energy to remove. It is 2. It has already completed its duplet. It will be very, I have to apply the highest amount of energy to remove an electron. Okay. So here the answer will be B. Am I clear? This has the highest ionization potential. It's a noble gas and it has only 2 electrons. So very, close to the nucleus. It will take me a lot of energy to remove an electron from its shell. Next question. The question represents elements P, Q and R and their atomic number. P is 30. Just write their electronic configuration of P, children. 283. Never identify the element. P 283. Q 225. R is 28. Which element combines with hydrogen to form a basic gas? The only basic gas in your portion is ammonia. Please remember this. The only basic gas in your portion is ammonia. And you should know ammonia, nitrogen has 2, 5 electronic configuration, or it has an atomic number of. So what will be the answer here? The answer here will be Q, 2, 5. Which element has electron affinity 0? It has to be a noble gas. The answer will be R. Okay, so element which has an electron affinity of 0. See here, children, I am not identifying the element. It is a noble gas. We know it is neon here, but do not write the answer as neon. Write it as R. Name the element which forms an ionic compound with chlorine. Ionic compound is always a metal plus a non-metal combination. Non-metal is chlorine. It's already given. So it has to be a metal. Which is a metal? It is P. Clear? Next question. An alkali earth metal present in group 2 and period 3. Which is the non-metal that is present in group 2. That means group 2 is alkali earth metal and period 3. It is magnesium. Okay, so the answer here is magnesium. The tendency of an atom to attract the electron pair towards itself when it is in a compound. It is electronegativity. Okay, so the answer here is electronegativity. Next question. Study the extract of the periodic table given below and answer the question. The alphabet corresponding to the element. Do not repeat the element. State which element. So this is the periodic table that is given to you. You don't have to identify the element here. And also the element, the alphabet does not represent the element. For example, C here does not stand for carbon. Okay. These are simply alphabets are given to you. Forms an electrovalent compound with G. Your G is here. It is a non-metal. Okay. That means they are asking for a metal here. Am I clear? So which forms an electrovalent compound with G? The answer has to be a metal. Am I clear? So the answer here will be B. Can you see? Because this is a metal here. This is hydrogen. It is a non-metal, so we don't take that. So here the answer that forms an electrovalent compound with G will be B. Okay. Next one. Is a non-metallic element and has a valency of 2. Non-metal, this is group 1, group 2 here, group 3, that means it has 3 valence electron, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this is group 8. So which one is a non-metal and will have a valency of 2e? Okay, because it belongs to group 6 valence electron. So the valency will be 2. So the answer here is E. Which amongst this is an inert gas? Very simple. Anything that belongs to group 18 or group 8, the answer will be F. State which ion of the elements will migrate towards the cathode. Cathode is, we know it is negatively charged. Cathode, if it is negatively charged, the positive ion will migrate towards it. Which is the positive ion which will migrate towards it? It will be A. That is nothing but H plus ions. Am I clear? But do not mention H plus here. The answer here will be A. Am I clear? So these are the questions that we have discussed in this part. Very soon we'll be coming up with the part 2 of the ICSE papers. Please do stay tuned and please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel to get more such videos. Clear? Thank you, children.